collective sun, moon, rising, Venus signs, and crosswatchers, welcome to your timeless romantic soulmate contract read with Extended. I am your reader, Angelo Lyons, Mal for short, professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Productions since 1998, almost 25 years in service come May 1st, 2023 at the time of this timeless recording. Also, the author of Words of Grace from a Professional Witch. There is a Kindle version of it available. There's a link in the description box, go figure. You can click that link and preview a good chunk of it for free and catch a little flavor of some of the prayers, practices, and principles that have kept me busy as a professional witch and kept me going even before I started the company 25 years ago. We'll talk about it at the end of the video. But if you are going to go down in my description box, do check out my Patreon. It is the coolest thing I have ever done as a spiritual teacher. Been reading tarot since I'm 12 years old. I'm going to be 55 this year. Yeah, I know. Good, thanks. Yeah, read my book. A lot of good stuff going on there on Patreon. At the moment, we have 8 different levels of subscription: Seeker, Human, Hero, Angel, Witch, Immortal, Mystic, and God Goddess. God Goddess is the top tier. They get everything because they're gods and goddesses. But all of my subscribers get all the extended readings that I have done, past, present, and into the future, as long as they are my subscribers. Vimeo on demand, that's going on too. There's a link down there for that if you would like to pay-per-view. But all of my subscribers, as I said, get all the extendeds, and some of them are juggernauts, hour plus long, these extended readings, all relationship-based stuff, all timeless, my extended readings. But they also get me every single morning. Really, I can't remember the last time I missed a day with the daily check-ins. With an unlisted YouTube live stream link, they chat with me every morning, talking about the day's astrological weather, the magical applications, the spiritual implications, always ending with a prayer, a blessing, a little something to send us on our way. It is my favorite way to start the day. And yeah, I know it rhymes. And it is the coolest thing I've ever done. I've done a lot in my career. Woo, wait till that book comes out. I start telling tales from the magic, metaphysical, new age, pagan, who's-he, what's-his industry since 1980 something. So yeah, click the link, check it out, and come Patreon on Patreon so that we can get down to business, because I'm the Archangel of Lyons, Angelo Lyons. You can just call me Mal. I mean, really, once you understand archangelic consciousness, this makes more sense. Anyway, if you are new to my channel, we are doing a soulmate contract read, a romantic one. I was raised by a teacher and a divorce lawyer, so I'm kind of familiar with these kind of contracts in general, sort of born into it, if you like. We're going to have party number 1 on this side, party number 2 on this side, just like a contract, and the state of the contract will be what I like to call the center lane, what both of them are experiencing simultaneously, or the clause in the contract, the chapter in the novel, the track on the album, the scene in the movie, so that they can do what they came in to do in this lifetime. The foundation of any soulmate contract, regardless of form, romantic or otherwise, because they're not all romantic, you help each other heal through the quantum entanglement of a soul contract. So even if you haven't met yet, every time you heal something even a little bit, they heal a little bit. May not be the exact same thing, but that's why when your paths do cross, there's a bit more symbiosis, a little bit more sympathy. There are lots of links in the description box about twin flames and soulmates. Some are my videos, some are other people's, but do check it out, because we're trying to do something that's rarely been done on this planet. Family relationships are one thing, friends another, but the romantic sexual ones, how many times? How many times do we have to incarnate to get this to a more golden rather than leaded paradigm, if you will, timeline? So, in the extended reads, we've got so much going on over there ready to hit the table. So let's do part 1 and see where you are. So, it is a general read. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, check your other signs. I highly recommend looking at the other titles in the series, and maybe ones in the past, because they are timeless, to get you clues, tips, and hints about what you can do to heal you and help your romantic soulmate contract partner heal as well, and vice versa. Cross-watchers, obviously, the same applies, to bring that energy to the planet, because come on, there might have been a few here and there throughout human history, but wouldn't it be nice if that was predominant? Wouldn't that change the world for the better? All right, so both feet on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath, if you will, as I go into universal lawyer mode for the Saggies and the cross watchers. The shift from all that explanation, which, come on, you gotta do every single time for the new people who love welcome new people, to the divination, which seriously I'm heavily contracted and extremely good at to do in this life for some odd reason. And that shift happens in the still point. So let's find the still point, shall we? Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. And here we go. Using the Caroline Mace archetype cards, I call to the collective pantheons of the divine for the Sagittarius collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers watching this video and receiving this reading. I need 3 of these. The dominant chakra in, the dominant archetype in the 8th chakra for party number 1, the dominant archetype in the 8th chakra for party number 2, and the state of the contract, the 8th chakra in the relationship itself, in the contract itself, affecting both of them where they are. And though this will be the 3rd card down, it will be the 1st card down we turn over in the extended, so I won't even know what it is until then. So party number 1 in the Sagittarius collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, cross watcher, happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying soulmate contract read. Party number 2 over here, and one more. The first one we will flip in the extended state of the contract, chapter of the story, scene in the movie, track on the album. Where are they? What's going on for this Sagittarius collective? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Sun, blah, 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 soulmate read. Let's see. These are in the title. Let's see how brave you are. Well, the healer and the guide. Lovely. That sounds fabulous, actually. But as fabulous as any archetype sounds, is as toxic as it is in its lead or its shadow. I prefer the language of spiritual alchemy. Lead being the shadow attribute, written here. Gold being the light attribute. 3 symbolic atoms in between those two on the periodic table that cannot be created or destroyed, only changed, released, transformed, alchemized. So, well, I mean, we've got the healer archetype, party number 1. There are 9 different families of archetypes. The healing family is a family unto itself, so you could consider this sort of like the major arcana, if you will, of the healing family archetype. And the guide is an interesting one, because certain archetypes can have a foot in 2 families at once, sort of a zone of overlap. The guide is the divine family archetype, but it's also the wisdom family archetype. So, let me read you what's written on the card. Now, the healer in its lead, in its shadow, we've seen billions of times on this planet, taking advantage of those who need help, more or less, but failing to care for oneself. You don't know how many healers I know that just don't. And that's why my practice, even before I got on camera, there's breath work, there's prayer, I hydrate, I shave, I condition my hair, I make sure that the self-care is in play before I even do this, because even as a spiritual counselor, which I do every day, that's my modality of healing. I used to do Reiki, Shmeiki, Eggs and Bakey. I might pick it up someday again. We'll see. I'm really good at it. Virgo. The light attribute, passion to serve others by repairing the body, mind, and spirit. Ability to help transform pain into healing. Now, that's the thing. You can have an archetype, a reason, a season, or a lifetime. Your Chronos, your first rule of 12, sacred contracts, Carolyn Mace, MYSS, she's a PhD. Those are the ones you have from womb to tomb. Your entire life. I have the healer, womb to tomb. Born to heal. The guide. Party number 2, the shadow attribute, places financial gain and control over imparting spiritual insight. And I've struggled with that myself as a reader, right? Can you give me free reading? Yeah. you know, but also not to charge $10,000 for a 2-minute reading, but represents the nature of the divine in life and in yourself. We're all one. A very high mystical card, and certainly for a Sagittarius, it could be either one here, but to represent the divine, the unity of all, not just within yourself, because that's got to start there, but within all of life, including within party number 2. Well, this is what we're going to do. We're going to take 5 Daughters of the Moon Tarot on this side to get the next 4 chakras down. Heart, throat, third eye, crown, the feminine energy, creative level of power, creative intuition, personal level of power. This side we're going to do the same, 5 cards, but for the lower 3 chakras, the masculine energy, the yang, with the mythic tarot. We're going to put them all 10 face down first, and then we're going to flip them over element by element, because essentially what we're doing is 2 5-card element spreads. And I love doing this. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. The entire neighborhood is silent. As I call upon my goddesses of fire, the sign of Sagittarius, powers of the south, please, beloved goddesses of mutable fire. 5 cards face down, element spread for party number 1 with the healer archetype in this Sagittarius collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, and crosswatcher. Happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying soulmate contract. What is their element of fire? What they yearn for, what they burn for, what their hearts desire in this contract. What is their element of earth? The fuel to feed the fire, as well as to help them manifest and ground their heart's desire in this contract. Their element of air, what they're predominantly thinking about it. Heart, throat, third eye, crown. Their element of water, what they predominantly feel about this contract. Thank you very much. And the card of spirit, the point of view, the voice of the soul that incarnated and was chosen to play the role of party number 1 with the healer archetype in this romantic soulmate contract read. Like I said, we're going to get these 5 on the table as well, and then we'll flip them over element by element. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Well, that's different. As I call upon my gods of fire, the sign of Sagittarius, powers of the south. 5 cards in clarity, please. Element spread, fire, earth, air, water, spirit for party number 2. With the guide archetype in the 8th chakra in relationship to party number 1 with the healer in the 8th chakra. What is party numbers 2? Party number 2's element of fire. What they yearn for, what they burn for, what their hearts desire. Lower 3 chakra, inside out, outside in. Looking at them, or they're looking at people, places, and things. Their element of earth, the fuel to feed that fire, to help ground and manifest their heart's desire in this contract. Their element of air, what they're predominantly thinking about this contract. Element of water, what they are predominantly feeling. And the card of spirit, the point of view of the soul that was chosen and incarnated to play the role of party number 2 with the guide archetype in this romantic soulmate sexual contract. Now, in the extended, we're going to flip sides with that. So we'll get the lower 3 chakras on this side and the heart, third eye, crown on this side. But for now, let's flip. Well, okay, this is off to an interesting start. Element of fire for party number 1 is a court card. This would be the Aries card, King of Wands in traditional Rider-Waite based tarot. But here we have the Maiden of Flames, Calafia, the ancient goddess of California. Definitely an Amazon energy, cardinal fire. Now, if this one, party number 2, is sort of that. Does not have to be an Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, or anything like that. But definitely someone who is fierce, right? You know, creative. It's going to be sexual, certainly. But first sign of first house, Aries is about the self, the personality, and the ego. So there could be some selfish going on there, but hopefully higher. rather than lower. This could also be party number one saying, no, sisters are doing it for themselves right now, right? It's like, no, I'm taking care of me. Self-love, self-care could be. But definitely throat chakra, it's a choice. Element of fire usually feels like that spit, swallow, chew on it. Choices and decisions of willpower. On this side, we got the Six of Pentacles. They want something fair and balanced, and it's just a 6, right? It's like, look, can we just, in the physical form here, do this in a balanced, fair way, equal give and take? Sixes are numbers of harmony and balance, so nothing wrong with that. Element of earth. Well, okay. On this side, Ace of Cups, definitely would say heart chakra. There's definitely a seed of love here. Keyword written on the card is happiness, but like anything, what do you do with it, right? What do you do? I'm happy and I smile all the while. I could be happy. I could be happy. Over here, we've got Zeus in the Mythic Tarot, and it's a major arcana card in a chakric zone. It's all of the chakras, inner or outer. This is all three chakras, root, sacrum, solar plexus, as all of the cardinal signs, all the kings of the tarot, amalgamate them as one, the spirit king, the one who throws lightning. And I gotta be honest with you, I have only one god that sits in the throne of Sagittarius, and it's Zeus. So that's why, hi, Papa. Very, very powerful, has nothing to do with bodily gender. It is about being in control. But emperors are higher than kings, and Zeus, the lightning thrower, Sagittarius energy, Jupiter, by the way, right? The Sagittarius ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter is Zeus, right? Jove, joviality. And if what they want is fair, I bet they can, I don't know if legislate that is the word, but if light is truth, Saggis are usually pretty good at speaking their truth. This could be the Saggy, but again, it's a general read. You could totally resonate with both sides. And yeah, I guess you could do divine feminine, divine masculine, because it's all one anyway, right? It's all one. Element of air. What are they thinking? All right, well, that makes sense on this side, and that makes sense on this side. Heart, third eye crown, they are chewing on this in terms of what they think. Two of Flames, Mahueha. I don't know how much of an indecision card it is. It's a little bit of a crossroad, but not like the Lover's card. That's the real major arcana, life-changing decision. This is like, well, I know what I want, right? So there's this thing, oh, what's going on, right? That heart chakra there. And in the throat chakra, thinking about it, right? It's like, well, but now what do I want to do with it? Higher self, you've got to let me know. Should I stay or should I go, right? I'm just a font of 80s lyrics this morning. On this side, Eight of Pentacles on the outer, they're doing their work. Heads down, doing their work, but they're thinking about it, right? How can we make this happen? How can we make this work? What is the wisdom I can gain right in this very moment that I don't have to wait until the 10 of Pentacles to get there, because it's necessary, right? After the 8 of Pentacles comes the 9. That's self-assured, right? Got your own. God bless the child that's got its own, her own, their own. It's a little bit older than the 80s there for you think. So I like this. Like, the only major arcana so far on the here is it feels like a very, very healthy position of power considering what's wanted. The element of water, oh, I have spoke too soon. On this side, the healer's got the card of oppression. Half of the Devil card in the Daughters of the Moon Tarot, it's a feminist text. It's not going to use patriarchal imagery like that. It takes it and splits it into the Coyote Woman, which is about the shadow work aspect, facing your fears, your shadow, all that. This is oppression, a woman buried under rocks in a burning village, certainly a callback to the burning times and the oppression of anybody, right? Just being accused of being a witch or something similar. The rocks she is buried under have faces on them. This can be psychic weight, fear, codependence. I would say heart, third eye crown. They're scared, but if they're healers, they gotta heal themselves. They're like, I gotta get right with this. I have to be in alignment with the truth of who I am to pull this off. And Ace of Cups, they can drink that cup themselves and then move that along, right? But I get they're chewing on it. Smart, wise. Oh, on this side, they're not saying nothing about how they feel. Scorpio, Helen of Troy, Queen of Cups, the Scorpio card. No, soft of eye, light of touch. Speaky little, listen much, and feel much, very, very deeply. Could also very strongly be, if this is them. Don't have to be a Scorpio. I'm really big on that. People don't know all their signs. You don't know. Oh, they're not a Scorpio sun sign, but they're a Scorpio moon, and they don't know it, right? The face that launched 1,000 ships. This is 8th house. Mysticism, and I would say in terms of chakras, 2nd chakra for sure. Well, you look what Scorpio rules in the anatomy, you'll see where we're headed down there. But also, I would say 2nd chakra intuition in terms of guidance, very, very strong on this side. My 2nd chakra goes, does not give me words, right? And I can ask yes or no questions. The more you do, it's like a muscle, the more you do it. So now I can just sit with somebody, just sitting across from me or even on the phone or whatever, and ask my 2nd chakra, are they lying? And if it goes, I know, and it's never wrong, it's just sometimes I can interpret it incorrectly. It is a skill. Intuition is a skill we develop. We all have it, but we all have skills we don't develop, so that's really on this side. Pay attention to at least your lower 3 chakras, but I would say in particular 2nd chakra. It'll tell you navel to navel, belly to belly, so to speak, if things are right. And sometimes it's just a matter of time for that to shift. Spirit, card of spirit, point of view of the soul on this side, the Hermit. The wise one, the crone of the maiden mother crone, and the daughters of the moon tarot. Spiritual healing for sure. The soul is saying, go in, fly up, see this from the highest place that you can, heal only what you can heal. Give yourself that frequency of love, wisdom, and power that only you can give yourself, and that makes a lot of sense if they are making the choice to perhaps be maiden, right? Virgin. That doesn't mean you never get your stuff touched. It just means you are self-owned, right? Unmarried, meaning not contractually, well, sacred contractually here, but free and independent. I'm a Virgo. I'm familiar, but this is sort of the Aries fire version of it. On this side, we got the 2 of Cups. They love. Soul is saying, neener, you really like them. Well, it's a 2 of Cups. I love that people want to make the 2 of Cups the true love card. Come on. It's the 10 of Cups. This is how Eros met Psyche. Make that movie. Woof. Pricked himself on one of his golden arrows of love. He was supposed to kill her because his mother, Aphrodite, said, she's getting too much attention. Knock her off. He's like, okay, Mom. Flies down. Whoopsie. Falls in love. She hasn't seen his face and doesn't until the 5 of Cups. Meanwhile, they get married in the 3 of Cups. Right? Tricky story. There is a link in the description box, I'm pretty sure, to a YouTube video that sort of does a panel by panel, almost like comic book telling of this myth. It is a true love story, and the 10 of Cups is gorge. Oh my goodness. All works out really well. But she's got to go to the underworld to pick up some beauty cream for her mother-in-law before she gets approval. I guess we all have hoops to jump through. Underworld. Just right by, where you get the ferry over, there's like this little CVS. I wonder if the C means cadaver. I don't know. Abracadaver. All right, we got our tarot on the table. We got 3 more cards to flip over, but I don't get a horrible feeling about this. I feel like party number 1, gee, have you been burned in romance before? Are you a little afraid of dipping a toe again? Who wouldn't be in this world as it is, at least at the time of this timeless recording? But the guide, I like this one. This person feels very together. The soul is saying, hey, 2 of Cups, right? But it's okay. You keep your feelings to yourself right now because they're going through a lot. Follow your gut. You'll know. Let's go. Next 2 cards down will be the Whispers of Love, the voices of the higher self from this side, the voices of the higher self from this side. Angela Hartfield, Whispers of Love. We will be using her Whispers of Lord Ganesha, the elephant-headed Hindu god of success, prosperity, and remover of obstacles, to help remove the lead, or I should say the 3 atoms in between lead and gold. Lot going on in the extendeds. Please take a nice deep breath. Ooh, still point. as I call upon the higher selves of party number 1 with the healer archetype in the 8th and party number 2 with the guide archetype in the 8th, for this Sagittarius collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, sign, and crosswatcher, happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying, soulmate contract read. Higher self of the collective for party number 1. What is the whisper of love? A little piece of guidance, grace, love, wisdom, and power. Higher selves for party number 2. Same thing for this timeless romantic soulmate read. Okay, party number 1. I have to do the Neil Diamond thing because it's compulsory. Turn on your heart light, let it shine wherever you go. Hey, you try doing this every day. You gotta, and you're Saggies, you're supposed to enjoy having fun. Turn on your heart light, allow yourself in this moment to reflect on a time when you experienced love. And I would say for the healer, that's opening the heart chakra, the sacred truth of the heart chakra, anatomy of the spirit, Carolyn Mace. Every chakra has a sacred universal truth. Love is divine power. Got it, right? So that makes sense. This really is an inside job for them. It makes sense. But so this is about opening up that heart, even if you got to start with puppies and kitties, or I don't know. For me, it's chocolate peanut butter ice cream. It just does it. It's instant, right? Nantucket's Pepperidge Farm with the chocolate chunks, right? That, oh, I love you, right? Don't live there. Just start there. On this side, love endures. Aw, he's going to hang tough over here. Love does not give up or lose faith. Love is hopeful and withstands every situation. Now, I will say, there is a possibility these people have not met yet. It happens. It would make sense. Could also be that they're in relationship and going through a little rough and tumble here. Could be they've just met and dealing with stuff. And if this is an ongoing relationship that's been going on for a while, the love is still here, right? It's just there's some healing that needs to be done. This one needs to follow their guidance. And we're going to get a healing mantra to help both of you do just that. Then we'll do the blessimation, a combination of blessing and summation. And then we'll chat a little bit at the end if you want to hang around about 25 years of Drawing the Circle Productions, because there's some changes being made as of May 1st. Please take a nice deep breath. And if you're watching this after that, please take a nice deep breath. I love Saggy reads. So Tigger-like. Still point. As I call upon the Ascended Masters of Romantic Soulmate contract reads, and that's just got to be a busy office in the Ascended Master Akashic Record law firm. Please, beloved ones of love, wisdom, and power, romantic soulmate contracts, you know they are the hardest. You know they are, because they're so conditional love until they're unconditional love. But how do you do that and stay healthy, right? So please, every day is a winding road. We get a little bit closer, said the wisdom of the crow. Please, what is the perfect healing mantra for this Sagittarius collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, sign, and crosswatcher, happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying, soulmate contract read, party number 1 with the healer in the 8th, party number 2 with the guide in the 8th for this timeless romantic soulmate contract read, demystifying the darkness. My shadow shows me where my love needs to be sent. It is a shadow work mantra, which is why I'm going to read it from his bookie book, Matt Kahn. Genius. He really is. We're radically different stylistically, but man, are we headed in the same direction. We're just like different wings of a plane. He's on the West Coast, I'm on the East Coast. He eats kale, I drink coffee. He wears sweater vest. I wear a shit ton of mascara to get on camera because I can. Because I'm the boss. I'm the boss of me. Where are you, demystifying darkness? There you are, demystifying darkness. My shadow shows me where my love needs to be sent. Feels a little dominant this side, but I could see this one needing to know this. When darkness is demystified, the scariest feelings, thoughts, ideas, and beliefs are seen as cries for attention from your most hurt and broken parts. And healer, who ain't got that? Who who has, oh no, I've never been wounded or disappointed in a romantic relationship in any lifetime ever. Said no one ever, right? Once the darkness is illuminated, you're able to be the light that transforms the dark instead of hiding in the light to avoid moments of darkness. You know what that's like when you're trying to scrub your chakras with Brillo and bleach, affirmation, just trying to avoid the pain. It's called spiritual bypassing. That's not the tea. Just as the light can acknowledge how much pain lurks in the darkness, it is the power of your unconditional love that brings your shadow out of hiding. So it is creating that safe space for yourself. Now look, am I saying this one ain't got no shadow work to do? I don't know anybody who doesn't have shadow work to do. All right? At least personally. This mantra is ideal for overcoming fear, dealing with night terrors, and transcending the perception of scarcity, because you cannot have a thought of lack without fear, or a thought of fear without lack. That's Course in Miracles 101. So, and whenever you start feeling afraid, well, what am I afraid of losing or lacking? And there's a shift. Always. Just how it is. Good old ACIM by the Foundation for Inner Peace. So, let's put this together. We will flip over card, that one, you can't see, but there it is. The 8th chakra archetype for the clause of the contract. But let's bless this, and yeah, hang around for the end. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. As I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine for the Sagittarius collective sun, moon, rising, Venus signs, and cross-watchers watching this video and who are drawn to this reading, may they be blessed with all that they need to manifest this happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying soulmate contract into physical form to help heal this world, particularly with party number 1, with the healer in the 8th chakra embracing their passion to serve others, including themselves, by repairing the body, mind, and spirit with an ability to help transform pain into healing, and starting with the self, and let it begin with them, because there is an Ace of Cups, a seed of love in here to help them turn on that heart light, but they can chew on it mentally, absolutely, in their mind. They can go, well, okay, I could do it this way, I could do it that way, more choices than life-changing decisions. This feels more like a step-by-step process, dealing with the shadow, the fear, the devil, the oppression, the chains that bind, but often chains of illusion. They appear real, but are not. They are but shadows, like chains of smoke, like chain smoking. They can move right through that, and certainly with the point of view of the soul saying go higher in, deeper in, higher up with the hermit, and turn on that heart light. Remember a time when you experienced love in any way, shape, or form, and let it begin with that Ace of Cups, which makes a lot of sense. And may party number 2 with the guide in the 8th chakra represent the nature of the divine in life and in themselves, making that very real for themselves so that they are balanced. What they want. They want something fair. They want that equal give and take, which can really make anything successful if it's maintained with honor. And they have the power to do this. They may be holding back on their lightning, their truth, but if this is them from the outside looking in, they've got the creative power to do it. All of the kings, the cardinal cards, and the court card system, and they are doing their work from the outside looking in. Maybe they are doing shadow work on this as well. But mentally, from the outside looking in, they're diligent, they've got momentum, they're moving forward, but they're probably not talking about it, but feeling very deeply about it, having their own intuitive info uploaded and downloaded, most likely through the 2nd chakra, moment by moment by moment, but also from the outside, feeling what they're feeling as deeply as they can handle for right now, but not really letting on soft of eye and light of touch, speaky little, love them much, with the 2 of Cups from the point of view of the soul, saying just open your heart, just bless them, do it from a distance if you gotta, because love endures, and love doesn't give up or lose faith. Love is hopeful and withstands every situation, and they do that as they demystifying the darkness, their shadow showing them both where where their love needs to be sent within themselves to do their own personal alchemy, releasing those atoms in between letting go, toxic to healthy, painful to peaceful, yucky to yummy, and all that jazz. May they be blessed with all that they need to anchor this and do perhaps what has not been done before on the planet, because give it to a Sagittarius, they could pull that off. And may we all be blessed as a result of their happiness, their healthiness, their wealth, and their wisdom, and their romantic sexual soulmate contracts for the well-being of all, and with harm to none. As we will it, so let it be done. So would it be, and so it is. And if you liked that, if it made sense, hit the thumbs up, subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell, because all of that stuff does for me and the company right now is helps other people find this video. That's all it does. Because I'm on Patreon. We don't deal with algorithms on Patreon. You sign up for one of my, at the time of this recording, 8 levels of subscription. You get everything that I've put on that level of subscription since I started it, since I started Patreon. I mean, there's a huge back catalog there of extended readings and workshops, and I've done a lot of cool stuff over there. So click the link, check it out, a lovely menu, come Patreon on Patreon. And 25 years ago, I started joining the circle, and I started charging $100 an hour for private sessions, spiritual counseling, readings, and all of that. If I went over, that was on me. If they wanted to tip me, if we went over, that was on them. That's changing. I'm putting together like a little Build-A-Bear thing, even though technically I'm not a bear, I'm a lion, so that people will be able to book what works for them. And whether I travel, that we add that on. And if it's a Zoom thing and it's recording, all of that, I'm figuring that out. There is right now a link in the description box. Booking your reading with Mal explains everything you need to know in general, but that reading, that video, that process is going to change, but you can click the link, and if you book me before May 1st, I will absolutely honor the $100 flat rate, 1 hour, 2 hour, however you need me, even if you book for something after May 1st. So go check it out. Most importantly though, shadow work ain't easy, but it's necessary. It can be delayed, but it can't be prevented. But with a healer and a guide, I think you guys have got this, and if you're working together on this, that's amazing. Just keep your boundaries intact, and love is the answer. Have at it. Demystify your darkness. Wishing you the very best and the very blessed, my beloved Saggies and Crosswatchers. Heal, hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.